Hey guys, MrPokke here. This video is going to be one of the biggest wake-up calls that Saintontas will ever experience in his entire career. For this entire video has been in the making. Today's video has been in the making for a while. Give me 1 second. Saintontas, I know what I was getting myself into, or rather MrPokke knew what he was getting himself into, ever since he has decided that you are an individual on the gacha content creation space where it's either you go or the rest of the gacha community goes. Because your existence is not only actively ruining small, big, whatever it's going to be, ruining the gacha content creators around you by slandering their brand, their reputation, brigading, etc. You are also just making the gacha community as a whole a worse place to be with your existence. And I do want to state this by saying that I really feel kind of bad for Watering Waves, because I think Watering Waves, whether or not they are a good or bad game, it is just unfortunate because that happens to be your main game. It will forever walk in the shadows of your actions, your words, and the consequences of being that game that has one of, if not the biggest gacha tribalistic community, because you are the rank 1 Watering Wave CC, right? So, Mr. Saintontas, this particular tweet over here, do you recall this? What happened in the last 24 hours? It was my warning shot. It was. I made a guide video exposing a couple of your clips, getting the people to see the person that you are, and you already crumbled. You crumbled, and you are doing everything in your power to try and stop me. Maybe this might have been a little bit out of the left field, because you would never imagine the same guy that can make you say something over here.
And after the call out, I don't know if Pokke has it in him. I don't think Pokke is ever going to mention my name ever again. I don't think Pokke is ever going to mention my name ever again because I am his father. I am Pokke father. And he knows it.
Saintontas, imagine having so much confidence, so much happiness that you have farmed me, slandered me, went after my editors, went after my community for the past 1 year. Imagine this being the same guy that will be the start of the end of your career. Okay, bonus portion. In case some of y'all in the future that, oh my god, why is MrPokke so serious? Okay, so here is why I am completely have a zero issue with me doing this. Because something lives by the sword, something dies by the sword. All right. So this is gonna be from Mr. Saintontas himself, having no issues threatening copyright strike for other creators.
DJ is a hangnail that I imagine can get worse if I don't put a stop to this bullshit right now. I don't care that he prefaced it as a joke. I don't care if he had the best intent ever. Honestly, do you guys think that vid should be deleted? I do feel like it is copyright strikeable. I do feel like it is copyright strikeable. I do feel like it is copyright strikeable. I do feel like it is copyright strikeable.
Ding! This was you, right? I think from last year. Winter isn't here. I am. Now, you mentioned over here when you were brigading your community to try and mass report to my talent agency. He has decided to play dirty. This was in question to a thumbnail that my editor made. It's fine. I can get accountability, right? In good faith, we removed, to save you some face, when every single word on the thumbnail is from you. Is from your clips. Because that's exactly what you do, isn't it?
Bro, I'm going to be honest. I'm just going to be real here. This is like somebody getting raped and they go to jail. I'm just going to be honest. That's what it is. I don't fucking care. That is what it is.
It is what it is.
I'm the one that's taking the training? I'm the one that's taking the training here. How am I taking the training?
How is he taking the training? That's a very, very interesting question.
That's the thing. I don't think Smack is a loser that needs to be crucified and have his career ruined for his takes. Because you do realize I could if I wanted to, right? Like, do people not understand that I could if I wanted to? There's no reason for anybody to be doing anything like that in this space. Well, exactly what's so cooked about this video, and then to see this guy proceed to go ahead and weaponize my fucking kindness. He's weaponizing my fucking kindness. I don't care anymore. Go fuck yourself. Get farmed, retard. Thanks for the $500, dipshit. Because how do you take an act of kindness from somebody who's just trying to not ruin you and then use that against them? Go fuck yourself. Hey, maybe, Aricado, this is your future, brother. Get one good drama farm bid, and then, well, good luck. Good luck with the rest of your life. And so, yeah, I think that's a great way to end off this video, Aricado. Someone's about to get real offline in CN. Somebody about to get real offline in CN with these dudes. She's the only one that's protected. Everyone else, though? Come on, man. That's one of the most recognizable looking fucking faces. Hey, yo, this is the dude that fucked up the ZZZ story. You gonna remember that face.
Getting his mods to clean up the Discord server after being caught by a Twitter account exposing everything that has been going on in that Discord. For me, that's not my job. If you guys want to see a document, it's going to be out there. I'm just going to be listing the examples where he basically, go for it, LL, after his mod was like, do you want to scrub through every single message? So let's take a look.
I'm gonna just be so for real with you. This guy's super gay. Yeah, he's just super gay. No, that's really uncomfortable. Nah, bro, what is wrong with you? Bro, what's wrong with you? Nah, report the shit out of this, bro. What the fuck? Ew, 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 ew. You gross as shit. Oh my god, I should probably drop slur. Honestly, I'm probably actually justified to drop a slur or two. Guys, I feel like we have to unban him, because if we don't, he's gonna find another hobby, and I feel like that one might involve an AR-15 and a public gathering space. Like, Jesus Christ. Offensive? You said I would... Oh, I didn't say that. Whoa, 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 whoa.
He didn't say that?
Whoa, whoa, hold up.
He did not say that.
I did not say that. Whoa, whoa,
Yep.
whoa, 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 whoa. I did not say that. Like, do these guys feel like they're Nazis? Like the Nazis back in 1942. Is this what they felt like? Because, like, you're just being the bad guys. You're just openly being the bad guys, and you know you're the bad guys.
The other CCs.
You know you're the bad guys. Thing is, this isn't even the full list. There's still more people. Do you guys remember this dude? Yeah, nobody really does. If she was a Wuthering Waves player, I think the idea is that she wouldn't get bullied into whatever happened. Like, that's the implication, because Hoyoverse's communities are literally the most toxic. And so the answer that John Seaman would probably give to your question is, that's invalid, because if she was doing Woo-Wah cosplay, she'd still be alive. Because she wouldn't have gotten bullied, because the Woo-Wah community, on the record, if the...
He couldn't even finish his sentence. That is exactly what you do to others. To Jenna, to Aricado, to CJ, all that kind of stuff, right? Your people in your Epstein edits, right? That's what you do. And in only a fraction of my effort, you have already crumbled. And you try to take this outside and bring up to my talent agency, right? Or Saintontas. You have no idea what I'm capable of. Because you see, did you really think I did all this in a span of like, I don't know, out of the blue? Do you really think I started this entire campaign from this one clip of you taunting me and that I was gonna react out of like haste with a lack of preparation, with a lack of direction? You have no idea, bro. So, as of this time of recording, Saintontas, I mean, you have already made it abundantly clear right here as well. I have formally issued a copyright strike on your channel. It is not a warning. It is not a fluke. This is real. This is real. This is a real copyright strike by myself. And I have compiled all of the necessary steps required to ensure that this follows through. Because you see, Saintontas, I know you love reacting, right? You love to react. You love to go ahead and press on another content creator's video, right? Put it playing up in there, right? 20, 30 minutes, and then you yap on for like 1 hour, claiming that it's going to be your content. So let me introduce you this thingy of what I would call copyright infringement. I'm not sure if you know how this thing works, but allow me to enlighten you, Mr. Saintontas. Alright, so the video in question over here is going to be the tragic downfall of MrPokke. And I think this video title is extremely appropriate. It is. And guess what am I gonna name this video, Saintontas? Well. Yep. Saintontas. I know, right? I know it would be impossible for you to not react to this content. It will be a content so irresistible, you have to react. You just have to. And I don't even need to force you to do it, because you would. You would, wouldn't you? You would know a lot about reacting, right? Now you see, Saintontas, I want to introduce you to this concept on copyright infringement, so that in the future, maybe you would know how to handle it next time. Now, class. This is going to be one of the most important sessions of our Art of Gacha war that we would ever come across since the start of the series. So what is copyright infringement, and how exactly does copyright infringement work in the space? The thing with copyright infringement is that it's usually got to do with a React content, alright? And React contents in the gacha space has been around in such a long time, usually having two parties, alright? The creator of the original video, as well as the reactor of the original video. Now the thing is, no one ever actually stopped to wonder, wait, is that even allowed on a platform like YouTube? Now, this is where we are going to be going to this thing called the nature of reacting to a content. Because for the longest time, Saintontas, before your filthy fucking hands stepped into the gacha space, React content has been a thing for, I would say, a considerable part for a while, right? Ever since Genshin Impact, where like the reactor as well as the creator, they will like encourage discussions, they will talk about it, right? Okay, yeah, this video was good, here are some points, everything. You have been the worst possible bad faith reactor in the history of all React channels, at least to my knowledge in the gacha space, right? And because you just take this thing so freely, so for granted, you just assume that you can play my video on your channel without permission and upload that said react within 12 hours of my original video going up on my channel. You really just thought it was free, right? Because you just have no idea. So allow me to educate your silly, silly goober ass. Now, the intent of the react, from what we know, right? From what we know, Saintontas. Do you notice this? In your 1 hour of react, you reacted to my entire video. Now, you could think that, oh yeah, me adding a 1 hour yap on top of a 20-minute video is going to make it into transformative content, right? No one ever said anything. No one has ever gone through this kind of issue when it comes to react content. So why should there be any issues for me when I'm just going to yap and yap and yap and yap, and I'll just play the whole thing? The whole thing. Mind you, right? The whole thing. Alright, Saintontas. So this is going to be the situation of what this is currently being. You didn't realize how privileged you can get as a creator by being a essentially sort of like a react channel yourself, except coming from the worst possible place of bad faith, is because usually your react content that we see, it is coming from a place of what we call good faith. It is a privilege and an unspoken rule that most creators in the space know, and at this point, take for granted, right? If you react to someone's content, it should always be done in the best faith possible because you are literally selling their product as your own. I don't get paid a single cent for your video, right? Just like how you shouldn't be getting paid a single cent for mine. But it will be monetized on your channel. So only with your added commentary on top of the original, the least you could do out of any sort of react is to be thankful and kind and fair to the original content. But you have never realized that because no one ever held you accountable. And that is why when I go in, Saintontas, you will truly feel what it means to have messed with someone for so fucking long that you will definitely not forget the consequences of your action today. All right? So, one of the biggest reasons, right? One of the biggest reasons is that in a gacha space, right? In the gacha space, outside from gameplay, reacts generally help you promote growth for both parties. Actually, even in like other gacha spaces, it will promote growth for both parties. All right, because the reactor will, okay, guys, this video was great, right? Go and check it out, support, leave a comment, all right? And then for the one being reacted to, they'll have a larger audience. So it's like a plus for both, right? And generally, everybody's happy with one another. Everyone is happy with one another because the creator has more exposure and the reactor have a easier content to upload, right? It's like, for example, yo, Saintontas, do you think these slides are made for free? You think they just come out from nowhere? Or maybe that's how you do your content, right? Because you don't need to do shit. You just need to run your mouth, and that's how you do content. You never have any idea what it feels like to make a slide, compile the evidence, make a script, and all that. The only thing you know how to do is to steal and steal and steal and steal like the filthy fucking rat that you are gonna be. So obviously you never know. You have no idea how much it actually takes to make a real video because that's your entire identity. The stealing of others' content, and not only just that, you steal it and you scream and shout and insult the person you're literally stealing from. Consequences. Now, the creator for said react video, they have every single legal right to stop them from uploading the video, especially if they react to the entire goddamn video. But nobody ever does this, right? When was the last time you guys have heard of a copyright strike that has happened in gacha space? I don't think it has ever happened, right? Why is that, guys? Because generally speaking, I don't think anyone in the space when it comes to react will ever has this much of a bad faith as Mr. Saintontas in the past 2, 3, 4, 5 years of gacha content creation. Alright? So unfortunately, the very nature of React content, it has been poisoned, right? This good faith, this balance of React, it has been poisoned by our dear friend Saintontas for months. Months and months and months and months. He literally just used other creators' content in the absolute fucking worst faith possible and abused the previously established good faith ever since Genshin Impact. Because for Saintontas, reacting to an original content doesn't just help his growth. He is just a guy critiquing. He just needs to insinuate that, oh, yep, I am providing fair criticism. Therefore, it falls under fair use, right? But on top of that, you are actively putting down the creator that you are stealing from. By saying, ah man, this guy is trash, right? This guy's reputation should be burned to his fucking ground.
It is pretty fucking clear why there wasn't a lot of good content for Wuwa when it dropped. Because if this is how the CCs are thinking about the fucking game,
okay. What? Then what? What happens if they're thinking about the game?
these established CCs, their reputation...
This bigger, right? This established CCs, right? If these established CCs are doing it in these videos, because at this point he's basically referring to Vars 2. I think Vars 2 better than like 100k plus subscribers, and Saintontas was like way smaller, right?
actually needs to be burned to the fucking ground.
Their reputation needs to be burned to the fucking ground, right? Yo, Vars 2. That's what I said to you, by the way. After reacting to your entire content, Saintontas, are you scared? Because you definitely should be, by the way. I have no idea how many people have came up and getting their work stolen from you in the past couple of months. I might be the first. But I'm definitely not probably, right? Probably not going to be the last. Right? So, by definition, right? Saintontas' entire existence, I'm just gonna say it as it is literally being a parasite. It is worse than being a rat. Because he cannot have any originality for majority of all of his content aside from critiques. Right? He can only critique, he can only steal, he can only put down, encourage hate, and this will never ever stop, as we have clearly seen for the past 1 year. Alright? So, because of this literal one single creator's actions, who has went unchecked for so long, nobody ever dared to hold him accountable. Because here's the situation for me, right? I can't say for other creators, but for myself. And I feel like I have every single right to say this. I am probably the #1 guy that he thought could just fuck around and never find out for the past 1 year. If I did not engage with Saintontas, he will continue to spread bad faith narratives using the Saintontas approach that I actually demonstrate in our Out of Gacha War, right? That's exactly how it works. But if I do engage, I have to waste hours and hours and hours of my time, right? I could have been fucking doing my early acts. I could have been doing R-Nights and MVO Gacha. I could have been preparing for... Bro, why the hell am I as a gacha... I like playing gacha games, right? Why the hell am I being involved in all this shit? Because I know at some point, this needs to stop. And if you are so hell-bent on getting me into seeing how dirty, right? How dirty I can actually go. If you are really just so hell-bent, I will address you, right? I will truly show you just how petty, how deep, how much planning I can do to make sure, Saintontas, you don't have a career, right? I will make it absolutely positively sure this is it for you, all right? This is actually it. So, as of right now, from an example of, let's just say, the R-Nights Anvil Gacha system, He proceeded to make like what 3 or 4 different videos all about me, painting me as a grifter, right? Painting me as a grifter, painting me as low IQ, painting my everything because of his Art Knight's Envy of Gadget system. So this is where it got me thinking, right? It got me thinking. It's going to be an endless waste of my time as a content creator. Yo, on a better is behave like a douchebag when you're saying, right? Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, right? I am absolutely acting like a douchebag. And I apologize, right? I'm going to take accountability. I am acting like a douchebag right now. But I hope that you guys can see why I'm acting like a douchebag. All right? Let me continue. I apologize. I apologize for forcing like a accountability, right? As I was saying, I just don't see any value or joy in arguing with a random schizo guy. So I didn't really want to respond for so long. Now, clearly, communication don't work because I've actually DM'd Saintontas to not react to my channel. Hold up. I always have proof, by the way. I have every single possible proof in the world right now, right? So, chat, take a look over here. This is what happens when you try to resolve things on a private manner, right? Maybe Saintontas work with Fob. I know this is not going to be able to work with him, at least for my personal experience. You can see over here, right? You can see over here. On the 20th of February, 2025. Hey, Saint. Quick message. I would kindly have to ask you to stop reacting to any of my content on stream or YouTube, be it my Twitch VODs or my YouTube vids. I think we both know that the reacts are going to be hateful in nature. It drives similar viewers to my channel. There's my channel content. I have not talked about you at all regarding that, and I see no reason to. You to be fine with your reacts, but at this point, it's just going to be excessive. So it's best you can do it without involving me. If I do notice you reacting to my content in the future, it would not be nice for the both of us. Thank you. To which you also give me whatever you're going to be saying over here. But you are actually low-key kind of cordial, right? You can see that he's pretty cordial over here. Alright? It's okay. It's chill. Now, the most important thing is you do whatever you need when it comes to preserving your mental. Cheers. Alright? He understands where I'm coming from. Cheers to you. This could have been the happy ending from the 20th of February 2025. It could have been. Right? It could have been. And to verify, right? To verify, this is also going to be reacted by Mr. Saintontas himself as a thumbs up. So I have tried settling things privately with this guy for a very, very long time now. And I know this is not going to work. Clearly, right? Clearly, this is not going to work. So, as a result, I got to thinking, right? If community, or rather communicating doesn't work, what if I just don't really have to engage with him? What if, by Saintontas' own actions, he triggers the demise of his own career? Because his nature as a content creator is to react to anyone's content that remotely dares to insinuate that the great Saintontas is going to be wrong.
Well, exactly what's so cooked about this video, and then to see this guy proceed to go ahead and weaponize my fucking kindness. He's weaponizing my fucking kindness. I don't care anymore. Go fuck yourself. Get farmed, retard. Thanks for the $500, dipshit. Because how do you take an act of kindness from somebody who's just tried to not ruin you and then use that against them? Go fuck yourself. Hey, maybe, Ricardo, this is your future, brother. Get one good drama farm bid, and then, well, good luck. Good luck with the rest of your life. And so, yeah, I think that's a great way to end off this video, Ricardo.
And do you know what is the best part, guys? Saintontas himself also knows how strict a YouTube policy is gonna be. That's why he has been a little bit fearful, right? He has been fearful of community strikes, copyright, and everything. So, like, for example, right, he almost wanted to give me a $50 super chat when he came to reacting this. I'm not sure if I can get it. Is it in this particular video? Right here. Like, all the way at the end. Right? All the way at the end. I think it's this one right here. Oh, wait, it got removed. Alright, my bad. Yeah, so basically towards the end of the video, He wanted to almost give me a 50 USD super chat, except that he was like, yo guys, we might get mass reported. He himself also knows that it is gonna be pretty iffy if the community is gonna be going up and try to like, do all those kind of things. So I was like, okay, if he's already this skeptical on the YouTube system, I was also a little bit skeptical to know that, can he even react to my entire content? Does he even know that he is violating fair use by reacting to not just my entire content, but also uploading at such a fast time? Luckily, he didn't. He did not know. Or maybe he did, but he completely forgot. And he assumed that MrPokke is never gonna strike back. And so he did. He reacted to my entire 20 minutes 41 second content on top of his commentary, and on top of this, uploaded his react within 12 hours of my original video. So with that, after the Out of Gacha war, with his additional 1 hour of commentary, he will definitely at this point think, ah yes, I got a W, right? The tragic downfall of MrPokke. I cooked him. I destroyed him. And it will eventually bring me to the fast forward of today. Mr. Saintontas. This copyright strike, you can see over here, it can be removed. Yeah. All I have to do is to click on one single button and I remove it. So I think you might expect what's gonna happen next, right? So no, guys. You think that I was going too far? You think I was playing dirty? You think that from a single thumbnail, I'm gonna be causing your collapse? So my terms are going to be the same. Alright, my terms are gonna be the same. You know what? I did say I would accept a private apology. But since you decided to sympathy farm again, nah. Saintontas. Fulfill these 3 conditions, and we can talk about me removing my copyright strike. If you want to, you can frame it as blackmail. You can frame it as whatever the fuck you want to frame. But I'm gonna continue. And I will not stop. Today is gonna be day 2. Hey, tomorrow is HSR 4.0, right? So maybe I wouldn't even go after you, because I do love playing HSR. I'll be looking forward to see your response. If you want to DM me, my DMs are still open. The ball is in your court. And the word of the day is going to be bold, but mistaken.